Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. We're a little behind, but it's okay because we're still going to get it all done this month. I did start my classes, so that was really hectic for me. It was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. So the beginning of the week, well, actually this entire week was just a lot, but here we are getting back into the swing of things. And we are actually going to go over my paycheck number 1. I have to refer to my notes all the time because if I don't know what's going on. So if you haven't seen my most recent videos, you guys know that I create these monthly planners for budgeting, budgeting kits, if you will, workbooks. And this is the one I'm working in for March. So maybe some of you are working along with me, which is amazing. So I'm very excited about that. And what I want to do is I want to plug in the due dates for all this, but I'm going to do it in a separate video because some of you are going to be interested, some of you aren't. But I want to show you how I utilize the different spreads in this workbook. And maybe that'll give you some inspo. So the first thing that we did was we went over our monthly budget planner. This is going to change because good news, my job audit went through. So I have been promoted to a different classification, so it is going to affect my pays this month. So what I'm going to have to do is go back and adjust the income section, but I'm not going to have less money, even though I'm only getting, it's kind of hard to explain. I'm getting like a partial paycheck because I'm starting in midway through this new position and they have a new pay schedule. So instead of me getting paid every other Friday, I'm going to be getting paid on the 1st and the 15th. Not the 15th and the 30th. I think it's the 1st and the 15th. But again, this is very, very brand new for me, so bear with me. We're going to get through it. But what already happened was my first paycheck for the month, which was my standard amount that I get for my previous classification. And this one was for March 6th. So we're not too far behind, but we're far behind. But we're going to catch up because I'm going to batch record these videos so I can release them and we can get caught up. So I'm gonna put 3, 6, 26 here. This is one of my favorite pens to use. It's called Lottie Dottie and I get them in like my nails. I'm so embarrassed of my nails. Oh my gosh, guys, I took them off. I do my nails myself, press-ons, and when I took them off, it was just a disaster. So please don't judge, or you can judge, but I'm gonna correct it. But these are, that's why I didn't want to show you the pen up close, but it's called Lottie Dottie. And I get these like in a 8-pack from TJ Maxx, and I think they're like $5.99, but they write so smooth. My writing has been really weird lately, and I don't know why that is, but I've noticed that sometimes in my life, like if I'm experiencing like higher levels of anxiety, or if I just haven't written a lot, like handwritten things, you know, a lot recently, like my handwriting suffers and it's really strange. But anyway, so my pay number 1 was for $17.79.20. And I'm going to plug in first the fixed expenses that are coming out of this. Then we'll talk about the variables and then we'll talk about how I'm not saving. So let's go to fixed expenses. So we have my car and it is a lease, and I want to reiterate that this is probably my last lease because my next one I really do want to buy because I want to invest in it. I mean, a car is not a good investment, first of all, in my opinion. Please don't come for me by trying to dispute that. It's my opinion because they do depreciate so quickly. I mean, as soon as you drive off the lot, the day one you bought it, it's depreciated. But what I want to do is I want to pay something off and just not have a car payment for a while. So that's what I mean by investing. That's the wrong term. I shouldn't have used that. But that is kind of my plan. So my current lease is $500.03 a month, which is the most expensive lease I've ever had. It's the most expensive car payment I've ever had. Car payments are off the charts right now, and I don't even know what to do with it. But, you know, at this point, as far as I'm concerned, leasing prices are pretty close to purchase prices. So, like I said, my next one, I think I'm planning on just buying. I just really, really have to be set with which card it's going to be, because I kind of mix it up. So for our electric bill, I'm budgeting $150. Did I get my electric? No, I didn't. I got my water bill. All right, so I'm just going to put down $150 because whatever's left is just going to roll back into my account. My gas bill, same thing. And I can go back and edit these and tell you what my actual amounts were, but I'm just going to leave it as is for now. So my water bill, I budgeted $130, and it came in at $100.50. So right there, that's some savings. And then cemetery. And I told you guys, like, I bought 2 plots for my husband and I, and this includes the plots. It includes the actionable burial, and it includes the vaults. And somebody helped me with the term vault last time, so thank you. I appreciate that. Because I was like, what is it? What is it? I can't remember. It was vault. So, all right, so let's add this up together. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but I will adjust. I'll kind of angle this so you can see at the end. So $503 plus $458 for my husband's lease. $458.48 plus $150 plus $150 plus $150 plus $159 equals $1,518.01. $1,518.01. Okay. Now let's talk about our variables, because what are we buying this week? Of course, we're going to buy groceries. And I told you guys I'm capping it at $100 a week just because we had so much food in the pantry and the freezer to use. And my husband has been so good about getting like the different things out of the freezer. Like we had pork roast, we had a rib roast, I don't know, chicken. We had a lot of things to go through. So he really takes care of that, and I appreciate it so much. But a few times so far, I see things defrosting, and I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. Because it's a big help. I mean, he's been doing it for a couple months. All right. So what I budgeted for groceries, gas, and dining out was 100 plus 75 plus 55, 230. And for gas, he usually uses about $50 a week. He drives more than I do, plus he has a truck. And it takes a lot more gas. And I don't drive that much. I mean, I do. I go to work every day and do my little errands and running around. But, like, it's in a very, like, close proximity to my house. So I find myself not using a whole lot of gas. So I reduced that from when I was doing it last year too, doing the budget. Savings, not applicable. Because I just don't have it right now. I mean, I just don't. I told you guys, like, I spent so much money on Christmas gifts. And I was, like, paying that down because I hadn't carried a credit card balance, and I can't tell you how long. It's been years. And although I'm not going to carry it into the future, I was still, like, you know, anxiously paying that off. So I just didn't have a lot to save. And moving forward, I don't know that I'm going to have a whole lot in the near future. But I'll get back to it. Subscriptions, not applicable because we paid them all the entire month came out of last pay. So let's go down and do our receipt. Re-angle this. So for income, it was $17.79.20. Fixed, $15.18.01. Variable, $2.30. Subscriptions, nope. Savings, nope. So let's add up our fixed and variables. 15.18.01. Oops. 2.30. 1748.01. Now let's subscribe. Let's subscribe that. No, let do over 1779.20. Let's subtract that from our income. So 1748.01 leaves us $31.19. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do with that $31.19, I'm just going to spend it. Honestly, I'm just going to spend it. I mean, I'm not here trying to look perfect in anybody's eyes. I'm just being realistic. We'll probably, you know, use it for going out to eat or, you know, odds and ends at the grocery store or Walmart. I mean, here's how we grocery shop. And I'll talk about this in my meal planning video, which meal planning just equates to what dinners we're having. But anyway, we go to Aldi's first. We get everything that we can there. Then we go to Walmart if there's still things left on the list. That usually covers it. But there's still once in a while, like, you know, just one or two things that we can't find at either place. I don't know why. I mean, my Walmart is pretty consistent, but it doesn't 100% have everything all of the time. You know, their stock kind of changes. So our last effort is to either go to Meijer or Giant Eagle because those are the two grocery chains that we have close to us. So that's where we find the residual of anything left on the list. So we try to save as much money as possible on groceries because I think Aldi does a really great job. We have 3 new Aldis within very close driving distance of us, and the newer ones I think stock a lot more than the older versions did because we do have an older version not too far away either, and they just don't have as much. So not that the store is dramatically bigger, the new ones, but it seems to offer more items. So I don't know, that's just my experience where I live. I live in the Northeast, in case you're wondering. And maybe when you hear Giant Eagle, you recognize where I live. But yeah, it's interesting. But we do find a lot there now. And I don't love every single thing from there, but the majority of things, I really think they do a good job. I wish we had a Trader Joe's closer than like 50 minutes away, but we don't. Trader Joe's and Whole Foods for us both is like 50 minutes away. Same as Costco is about 45 minutes. We do have a Sam's Club, but I don't love Sam's Club anywhere near as much as I love Costco. Okay, let me just preface that by saying I don't love Sam's Club. I think that Sam's Club has changed so much over the years, and at this point, it's like so much of their own brand, like the Member's Mark, and their offerings are the same thing every single time you go there. Like, there's never anything new. And I'm like, what the heck is this? We go to Costco that's closest to us. Like I said, it's about 45 minutes from here. And it is new stuff every stinking time we go. And I'm like, why can they do it and Sam's Club can't? Unless Sam's Club is just trying to be a brand at this point. You know, like, they might as well call it Member's Mark. But yeah, I don't love Sam's Club, even though it is literally like 10, 15 minutes from me. It's just not somewhere that I choose to go very often. But anyway, that's my whole grocery store shopping drama. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown because for me, this keeps me on track and I like doing it. Like, I forgot like how fun it is. Like, for a long time, I was like, I don't want to do these videos anymore because it's the same thing over and over. Like, I was Sam's Club, but now, like, I feel like things are tweaked. They're a little bit different. And just getting back into a routine, there's something refreshing about that. So I hope that you're enjoying them and watch for my membership because you guys know I've talked about that. So, that is coming. I hope it's going to still be the 18th. I'm planning on it. But I'm doing the best I can because this week just really, really like did me in. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So thanks so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time.